the semifinal match. We have the winner of this matchup between Bryan Danielson and Chris Hero will go on to face Low-Key. And you know, as members of the upper management of Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, we have to talk about this. Rick Knox and I touched on this. When you are in there for a match, the referee has full discretion in there, and he has the backing of the Pro Wrestling Guerrilla upper management because he was put in there by the upper management. And so, you know, I mean, we said if Nigel was too injured to continue, if he was losing too much blood, the ref could call the match. And then in this case, with the chair in the ring, Danny Martinez saw the Tower of London on the chair, and he called for the disqualification of Nigel McGuinness.
And as much as a disapproval of fans, we're gonna have to agree with that because a weapon was used.
That's right, and you know the junior officials here in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla making some controversial calls at first. On night one, Chuck Taylor had his decision reversed. After defeating T.J. Perkins, when Aaron Hassan saw that he had used a foreign object on Chuck Taylor, and now with Nigel McGuinness being disqualified for using the chair on Low-Key, I mean, of course, it wasn't a no disqualification matchup. So, I mean, Danny Martinez, within the letter of the law, did make the correct decision. Unfortunately, an unsatisfactory decision, but nonetheless, we have an incredible matchup here between Bryan Danielson and Chris Hero, two of the best in the world, two of the best in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, in fact, the best in Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, world champion Chris Hero, and Bryan Danielson, who is operating with an injured right knee after his long and protracted match with T.J. Perkins. Perkins put a lot of punishment on that knee of Bryan Danielson, but Danielson not really showing any ill effects so far in the match. Oh, look at this, Chris Hero reversing, and holds on to the straitjacket, and now straitjacket Campbell clutch on Bryan Danielson. Hero is perilously close to the ropes, but Danielson's hands are tied up in that straitjacket. Oh, but Danielson escapes from it, breaks one hand free, then the other.
Danielson showing great confidence, though. I mean, you say right now, showing not so many effects in the knee, but I think it's just a matter of him telling himself, no, I can do this.
That's right. He was limping to the ring, but you know, Chris Hero was backstage, didn't see that, didn't see the limp out to the ring, and so you know, and maybe try not to show any weakness directly to Chris Hero, putting on a strong face, as it were, and you know, not giving Chris Hero any clues as to how Bryan Danielson's physical condition actually is. But you know, I think as this match continues, time will only show really how hurt Bryan Danielson is.
But on that, Hero trying to wrench in on that arm, taking out kind of a diagonal, or I in fact what knee was hurt.
It is the right knee. Oh, but Danielson bridged to escape, but is a very quick bridge, not putting any more pressure than he has to on that knee before he rolled through and countered the maneuver on Chris Hero. Now, these two men, if there were no time limit, and they could counter each other for days with their knowledge of professional wrestling. So, I mean, there is a 60-minute time limit. They have to keep that in mind.
Plus, there's extra fees if they stay here.
That's right, past midnight. And but you can see Bryan Danielson. He's got Chris Hero's arms down on the canvas. Oh! That was a vicious stomp.
Oh, Hero's mad.
Hero is enraged by Bryan Danielson, and of course, Hero, the rolling elbow, one of his most effective attacks is Chris Hero's, and by neutralizing that right elbow of Chris Hero, Bryan Danielson might have leveled the playing field in this matchup.
And that Hero, if any major damage is done to that elbow, he will not be able to put up as much force as he does with his spinning elbows.
The elbows and the hangman's clutch, he's used it to defeat both Scott Lost and Necro Butcher. A big knife edge chop from Hero. Double leg takedown, takes Danielson out, drags him to the center of the ring. Oh, just like DDT the foot of Bryan Danielson. You can see Danielson clutching that right leg, and now Hero. Oh, I think Hero's going to try to wrestle this match without attacking the right knee of Bryan Danielson. But as soon as Danielson went for that elbow of Chris Hero, as soon as he went to neutralize the hangman's clutch, Chris Hero said, "Take no prisoners."
Well, it's like putting a fair fight, and then all of a sudden someone pulls out a knife.
That's right. He thought it was going to be a fist fight, but instead, Bryan Danielson pulled out the knife. Oh, look at that! Bryan Danielson using the power and those massive thighs of his to reverse Chris Hero's Romero special. Going for the STF or perhaps the hangman's clutch. His back is facing to us on the hard cam side, so we don't know for certain. But nonetheless, Chris Hero, we can see he's got that right knee of Bryan Danielson all tied up. Oh, now he's going for the hangman's clutch, but Danielson avoiding it, and could be in part to the stomping that Chris Hero's elbow received.
The fans showing their split decision on who they would want to see go to the finals against Low Key. As you can hear, the Let's Go Hero, Let's Go Dragon.
This is definitely not a McCain-Obama crowd.
Wow.
They are partisans completely down the middle. Both men receiving equal support from the crowd, and
that's basically the I like Ike of our generation.
That's right. Not Ike Turner either.
Nope.
But he
was loved.
That's right.
Not liked.
This. I just like to say, by the time this DVD comes out, I hope that Barry O is in the office. That he liked to go play hoop, and hopefully he's playing hoop on the grounds of the White House come January.
You heard Hero there taking it to the courts right here.
He's really stretching out that knee of Bryan Danielson. He's got Hero's full weight pressing down on him, so it could very well. Oh, look at this. Bryan Danielson reverses, now putting the pressure back on Chris Hero. This is almost like the Ric Flair figure 4 leg lock reversal. Bryan Danielson turning the tide. Well, I mean, not in a literal sense, but it's just how Ric Flair would have it reversed on him.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay.
It's people who don't really watch a little bit past or the 90s if they go back in time.
Oh, look at that. Chris Hero stomping the inner thigh of inner meaty thigh. Bryan Danielson thighs, of course, the other white meat, and perhaps the whitest meat of all.
Not as muscular as Little Guido's.
That's true.
We're on the subject of thighs here, Peter Feature.
Oh, dropping out. Well, I mean, technically the breasts are the white meat, but Lord knows there's been enough breast talk on the PWG DVDs. Well, look at this, Chris Hero laying into the knee of Bryan Danielson. He's pushing the left knee away from the right knee as he pulls back on the right knee. So really, look at this, Bryan Danielson though countering it. He's pulling Chris Hero down. He's got he's got Chris Hero's left leg grapevine, and he's got his wrist trapped around. Oh, look at this though, Chris Hero back up to a vertical base. He's got Danielson. Danielson trying to get up. He's slapping him in the face. Oh, Danielson jumped up to deliver an elbow, but Chris Hero being brought down to the canvas by Bryan Danielson.
Do not slap a dragon and expect it to stay down.
Expect not to get burned.
Indeed.
That's dragon breathes fire, baby.
Rain of fire.
Come on.
Christian
Come on, Bryan. What you got? Come on.
All right, indeed. Bryan Danielson slaps Hero in the face. I believe he cuffed him on the ear, but Hero
Cuffed him in the jaw.
He cuffed him in the jaw with that elbow shot, knocked Danielson down. Hook of the leg, 2 count. Danielson able to kick out.
Going back to what you said, as we saw earlier, I mean, if we didn't have a time limit and extra day fees, these two could go on for days reversing each other's moves.
Well, I mean, if low-key is no slouch either, and in a matchup, either of these men, technical wrestling slouch, in a matchup of either of these two men, the final round match has no time limit, so technically we could be facing a conclusion sometime tomorrow situation.
Oh, man.
Oh, look at this. Danielson brought into the corner by Hero, but Danielson hit a palm thrust, or excuse me, not a palm thrust, I guess it was an upward slap, which is also known as a palm thrust.
Same result.
Drop kick. He got Hero on the jaw, knocked Hero off the top, and then the missile drop kick knocked Hero all the way back to the 4th and 5th row.
Danielson's got that crazy look in his eye.
He is a man possessed.
Here we go, baby.
And now Danielson, springboard cross body.
He's very, very impactful, very great results on the counter of Danielson, but keep in mind, that's pretty high up and just standing in the ring. He landed on that knee. He's still limping, as you can see.
Bryan Danielson, the springboard crossbody to the outside. I believe he would consider that a triumph. I'm making a note here. Great success. The flying crossbody off the top.
Been getting great success since like the beginning of time with the number of wrestling today.
Springboard crossbody followed up by the jump, the top rope drop kick. Danielson, a one-footed kip up, running. Gary, the kick to the face. Look at the leg. 2. No, Chris Hero kicks out at 2.
Danielson going for the counter mutilation.
The blood is in the water. Bryan Danielson smells it, and Chris Hero is the chum.
Wow. Best chum. best chum in the world.
And now Danielson, though, reverses into a pinning predicament. Chris Hero, you can see he was bicycling those legs, trying to work up the momentum, and just in the nick of time, it was about a 2.8 count before Chris Hero was able to kick out.
Now Hero's got a hold of that leg. It's going to spell bad news.
Danielson up and over. And that was not a dragon screw, that was a dragon flip. Single leg giant swing!
Cannot feel good at all.
Look at that, the single leg giant swing. He flips over the legs. And now, much like TJ Perkins,
this could be it.
He's got the legs tied up, except Chris Hero. He winds his hands through for the added emphasis, and now this cloverleaf maneuver for Chris Hero.
Squeezing the legs.
He is just wrenching back. Danielson not ready to give up.
He's not able to move, man. I am not seeing him scooch one bit.
The fans are behind Danielson, but Danielson, I mean, he is in tremendous physical pain, and he is putting his not only the match, the tournament on the line. He is putting his livelihood on the line. Oh, Bryan Danielson. Chris Hero, though, held on for those extra couple of seconds just to inflict the maximum amount of punishment on Danielson, allowable by law. Which we saw in the last match. The referee's taking a no-nonsense approach to this tournament, and so Chris Hero didn't want to try his luck and tempt fate with the 5 count from Rick Knox.
No guff on that. And even though Danielson was able to make it to those ropes, I mean, keep in mind, there's going to be plenty of other opportunities for Hero to slap on a submission. And even though Danielson calls himself a dragon, he is still a human being. I do not see any scales on his skin.
That's true. And after that, the Mexican-style body slam. Oh! Right on the fork. Bryan Danielson caught Chris Hero unawares as Chris Hero turned his back on the top rope. Now Danielson's got him up.
Up high!
Big suplex off the top rope, Gino Winwood.
Impact.
1, 2, oh! Chris Hero kicks out, but he got rolled right into those deadly elbows by Bryan Danielson. No!
Son.
Oh, but
now he's going for it.
He transitioned into the cattle mutilation. He's got that high bridge applied, but how long can he hold it, Gino Winwood? How long can he keep himself in that bridge, especially with Chris Hero writhing underneath him?
Right, Hero has a way to get to those ropes, no matter how tall he is. You're going to have to scoot a bit to get your foot on those ropes.
Chris Hero, you can see he's rolling his shoulders, trying to escape out of it, and he does bring Danielson. Oh, but Danielson converts right into the cattle mutilation, but Chris Hero gets to the ropes. Bryan Danielson holding on, breaks at the 4 count again. I mean, he got a little closer than Hero did, but still not wanting to tempt fate, not wanting to allow Rick Knox to give him that extra half second to break off the submission hold when his opponent was on the ropes.
He's got till 5.
He does have till 5, but didn't even waste time to remind Rick Knox of that. Just goes to show how serious Bryan Danielson is about winning this matchup and about facing Loki in the finals. The man who defeated Bryan Danielson for his PWG World Championship to start out the year at All-Star Weekend 6.
Wow,
Danielson working over those ribs that were injured by Necro Butcher last night. Oh my God! He just smoked Chris here. Oh! Rolling elbow to the knee. Bryan Danielson is almost hobbled here.
Could be going for the roaring. Oh! Danielson beat him to it.
He just cracked him with that. Danielson went for the kick. Oh! Shades of Jinsei Shinzaki. The reverse dragon screw. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. You'll have to excuse me, folks.
Write down dragon screw. Say it backwards.
But now the big elbow knocks Danielson down. 2. No. Danielson kicks out at 2. Hero's got him. The right leg isolated and repeatedly driving it into the canvas. Hero ties him up. The hangman's clutch in the center of the ring.
Could be it.
Danielson, he sees where the ropes are, but he's got to know he's in the center of the ring. Hero cranking back on Danielson.
Look at the muscles stretching in that thigh.
But look how far back Danielson's neck is being cranked. Bryan Danielson taps out, and we have the finals of the 2008 Battle of Los Angeles. Chris Hero taking on Loki.
What a finale it's going to be, people.